This is Chris McDaniels. Like, subscribe to TNT Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris McDaniels. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite March 20th, 2024 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. Now we kick off the show with the first segment of the night. Now they are in Toronto tonight. We did see Adam Copeland and Christian Cage and Okada arriving to the arena and all of them. So yeah, we did see people arriving to the arena tonight. And then we get to the first segment with Tony Schiavone standing in the middle of the ring. He introduces Mercedes Moné. So yeah, Mercedes comes out there and she gets a few things to talk about. She says that, she already done missed a place after a week of not being around, and she says that last week was great by being at big business, and she says that this week is going to be great as well. And she says a lot of things about this place, and she says that, for the fans that don't know her, she got a video package. So yeah, they showed a video package about what Mercedes Moné is all about, showing from what happened last week on Dynamite to, from New Japan and all that stuff. And yeah, just showing great stuff. And she says that her career, that she had a near injury career ending pretty much, 10 months ago. And she says that she's feeling good now, and everything's all right. And she says that minor setbacks comes to major comebacks. So yeah, that's what Mercedes says right there. And yeah, Mercedes was just talking about a lot of things, talking about how, she did run a women's evolution back in the day, but now she's going to run a global revolution for the women. So yeah, that's what Mercedes says, is she says what better starters to come here to AEW to compete with awesome talent with all these other women. So yeah, that's what she was talking about there. But then all of a sudden, the lights go out, and then we see the TBS champion, Julia Hart, popping up right there at ringside on the stage. Mercedes is staring at her. Sky Blue comes up into the ring from behind, but Mercedes turned around pretty quickly, going at it with Sky Blue. She has to backstab her on her, taking her out. She grabs Julia Hart because Julia Hart tries to come in and attacking her, but she blocks everything and all that stuff, picks Julia Hart, about to hit a finger up onto her. But then all of a sudden, Sky Blue saves Julia Hart by pulling her away and getting her out of the ring. So both of them standing outside of the ring. They both go grab steel chairs, about to enter inside the ring. But then we see Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander come running down with some steel chairs, making sure that Julia Hart and Sky Blue does not get into the ring. Well, then they walk away, and the lights go out. It comes back on, and then all of a sudden we see Willow Nightingale holding the steel chair, look like she's ready to attack Mercedes with it. And Mercedes turns around, she goes like, "What the hell you think you're doing?" and stuff. And then she goes like, "I'm keeping my eye on you," and she walks out. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good start to Dynamite. Setting up the heel turn with Willow Nightingale and the feud with them too. So yeah, good stuff. Forgot to mention that AEW Dynamite does got a new new theme song now. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, after all that, we see from earlier today where the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada arrived. We see Alex interviewing them, and he actually says Okada's whole name, and they got onto him still for not saying it in his native tongue of Japanese. So yeah, that's what they got onto him about, and he was talking about how he's going to become the new Continental Crown Champion. The Young Bucks says that they can't be at ringside because of the Continental Crown Championship rules, but they said they'll be producing the match backstage on the headset. So yeah, that's what the Young Bucks said to Okada. And yeah, Okada says that he's going for the title. So yeah, pretty good stuff. And then we see Okada come out there and Eddie Kingston as well. And then Renee Paquette was out there talking while they was making their entrances and stuff like that. And she was talking about the Continental Classic rules and all that, and how it's a 50-50 chance of whichever man wins. So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next it'll be Eddie Kingston versus Kazuchika Okada 1-on-1 for the AEW Continental Crown Championship. Up next, and still to come later on tonight, we'll see Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage 1-on-1 in a I Quit match for the TNT Championship in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Till the next segment happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later. Till then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite, we get to the next match of the night. Well, actually, it was the first match of the night. It was the AEW Continental Crown Champion, New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion, the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, Eddie Kingston versus Kazuchika Okada one-on-one for the AEW Continental Crown Championship. So yeah, we'll get to this match. In this match, it was a good one. It was going back and forth, both of these guys beating the hell out of each other. At one point, Okada he hits the Rainmaker, but Kingston somewhat blocked it, so it hurt Okada's arm, and then Okada goes for the pin, but he only got a 2 count out of it. Like I said, these two guys are just beating the hell out of each other and everything. But then eventually, we see Kingston trying to hit that back fist to Urka onto Okada, but Okada ducks it. He picks him back up. He picks up Eddie Kingston, and then he hits a power slam onto him. He picks him back up, and then he finally hits the Rainmaker onto him, and then he pins him for the 1, 2, 3, and he won the match. So yeah, Kazuchika Okada defeated Eddie Kingston tonight, and he is the new AEW Continental Crown Champion. That's what happened. Great match. But then, after the match ended, we see backstage, the Young Bucks cheering and all that, right next to Tony Khan. Like, you see that, he won and all that. So yeah, they was cheering backstage. But then, all of a sudden, Okada's celebration after winning the title did not last long because the bastard Pac comes out there. And Pac comes out there staring down Okada. So it looks like we're going to get to that match next. Okada versus Pac for the Continental Crown Championship. And I believe that's going to happen at the next pay-per-view. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. And I know that match is going to be a really damn good one. But this match, it was a pretty damn good one as well. I'll give that match 4 stars. That's what I'll give it. I'll give it 4 stars. It was a great opener right there. Good stuff. But yeah, that's what happened there. Great match between those two guys there. But yeah. But then we get to the next part. We see Renee Paquette backstage interviewing Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana. And Swerve's not all happy and stuff about what happened last week on Dynamite with Samoa Joe and all them. And yeah, he says that he got inspired from Mike Tyson, with Mike Tyson posting up all those videos and stuff of him training and all that. He says he's inspired, and he says that, you know what, he wants to go out there to the ring and deliver an open challenge to anybody. So yeah, that's what he says. Swerve Strickland in action tonight. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Till the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later. Till then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite, we get to the next match of the night. But before we talk about that match, we gotta talk about a segment that happened backstage. So yeah, we see Renee Paquette interviewing Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and Stokely Hathaway backstage. And, you know, they was talking about, like, their match on Rampage tonight when they go up against Julia Hart and Sky Blue in a street fight. And they was talking about that. But then Mercedes comes up, and Chris Statlander looks at Mercedes, and she wants to thank Mercedes for saving Willow Nightingale last week. And she said, yeah, thank you for saving me as well. So, yeah, that's what she says there. And then Mercedes walks up to Willow, and she looks at her and goes like, I don't got nothing to say to you. And then she walks away. And then Willow was like, the hell? And then Stokely says, well, you did break her ankle last time. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get to the next match of the night. It was Hook versus Chris Jericho one-on-one. In this match, it was alright. Hook kept on dropping the hell out of Jericho in the back of his head really a lot of times, hitting some German suplexes and stuff. But then eventually we see Hook locking on the transmission at one point onto Jericho, but Jericho actually fought out of that. And then Jericho tries to lock on the walls of Jericho onto Hook, but Hook rolls him up, getting a 3 count. So yeah, Hook defeated Chris Jericho tonight, and I think they said that was his first ever pinfall win. So yeah, that's what happened there. It was a decent little match. I'll give that match 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, that's what happened there. Good stuff. But then after that, we see Adam Cole talking. Adam Cole starts talking about Wardlow, about him losing last week to Samoa Joe for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And he says that he is very disappointed in Wardlow, and that now his new goal is to make sure that the Undisputed Kingdom keeps all the gold to themselves, the International Championship and the Ring of Honor tag team titles and all that stuff. And he says that Wardlow better make sure that they keep him. And he says that he's saying this because it's in his best interest. So yeah, that's what happened there. Good stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next time that happens on Dynamite. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite. Now, before we talk about the next segment of the night, we're going to talk about a segment that happened backstage. So yeah, we see Renee Paquette interviewing Chris Jericho backstage, and Jericho was talking about how Hook meant what he did. So yeah, he kept on getting dropped on the back. I've said it a lot of times. But he says that, Hook beat him and all that stuff, and he says that he got a proposition for him next week on Dynamite. So, yeah, we'll see what happens next week on Dynamite. But then after that, we got Tony Schiavone. He's in the ring, and he introduces Will Ospreay. And Will Ospreay comes out there, and, first things first, he apologizes to Canada for what he did last time when he was there. And what he did last time was he beat Kenny Omega. So, yeah, that's what happened there, and he apologizes for that. But he starts talking about Bryan Danielson, and he says that, he watched Bryan Danielson's match this past Saturday on Collision against Katsuyori Shibata and all that. He says that Danielson did pretty damn good in that match. But then he starts bringing up Bryan Danielson from New Japan, and he says that, Bryan Danielson went down to Japan and all that stuff, laid his boots in the middle of the ring. But he says that, Danielson says something about, like, him can't fit in his shoes, and he says that, what, he's right, because, his shoes just too damn small for him. So, yeah, that's what Will Ospreay was saying right there, and, Ospreay was talking about how he will beat Danielson at AEW Dynasty, and, yeah, he says that next week he's going to be facing Katsuyori Shibata next week on Dynamite, and he says that Bryan Danielson needs to watch that match. So yeah, that's what he says. And by the way, I forgot to mention that Will Ospreay was putting down everything that he says he did in New Japan, talking about winning the the World Heavyweight Championship and all that stuff. So yeah, good stuff. But up next, we're going to be seeing Timeless Tony Storm and Mariah May. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. So the next thing that happens on Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, we get to the next match of the night. It was the AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm and Mariah May, with Luther at ringside versus Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa in a tag team match. And yeah, we get to this match, and it was a pretty good little of a tag team match, everybody going at it and stuff. But then at one point, we actually see Thunder Rosa tag her own self in. Deonna was not too happy about that, but then Thunder gets hit with a drop kick by Toni Storm, and then, Mariah May comes in there, and she's going at it with Deonna, and she headbutts Deonna, and then Thunder Rosa picks up Mariah May up on her shoulders, hitting the Thunder Driver onto her, laying her out, and then we see Toni Storm come up behind Thunder Rosa, hits a German suplex onto her, and then she hits that hip attack onto her in the corner, picks her up, trying to hit Storm Zero onto Thunder Rosa, but Thunder Rosa sweeps her up, rolls her up for the jackknife cover, pinning her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo defeated Toni Storm and Mariah May in a tag team match tonight, and Deonna Purrazzo did not look happy about Thunder Rosa picking up that win. So yeah, that's what happened there. Good stuff for the match and all that. I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was good stuff, and yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, still to come later on tonight, we'll see Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage one-on-one for the TNT Championship in a I Quit match. So yeah, that'll be the main event later on tonight. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later. Till then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, we got Swerve Strickland. He comes out there with Prince Nana. He's delivering that open challenge, obviously, and the one that accepted was the Butcher. So yeah, we got the Butcher versus Swerve Strickland one-on-one. In this match, it was alright. Now, Swerve was obviously dominating the majority of this match, hitting the last call kick onto the Butcher at one point and keep on beating him down and all that. And then at one point, he hits the Swerve Stomp onto the Butcher, but instead of going for the pin, he locks on like a armbar, pretty much making the Butcher tap out. So yeah, Swerve Strickland defeated the Butcher by submission. So yeah, he beat him with a submission hold. So yeah, he said that was the first ever time that Swerve ever won by submission in a AEW ring. So yeah, that's what happened there for the match and all that stuff. I'll give it 2 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, then after the match ended, Swerve grabs a mic and he starts talking about Samoa Joe and all that. And he says that pretty much he wants that AEW World Heavyweight Championship match and all that stuff. And he says that he's going to get his hands on Samoa Joe after what he did a few weeks ago on Dynamite. And he says that he would have got his hands onto him last week if Joe did not bring out a bunch of security guards for himself. So yeah, that's what Swerve says. He says that he would wrap that damn chain around Samoa Joe's neck, but his neck is too damn big. So yeah, that's what Swerve says. But then he gets interrupted by the AEW World Heavyweight Champion Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe comes out there and he tells Swerve that he needs to get in the back of the line and all that stuff. And he says that Swerve cannot box with a god. So yeah, that's what Joe was saying. And then Joe starts talking about how he's going to actually give Swerve what he wants right now, since so shut him up. So yeah, that's what he says. But then all of a sudden Don Callis comes out there, and Don Callis pretty much says that Konosuke Takeshita is undefeated inside the Don Callis family and all that. He says that he's a lot like Swerve, and he says that this ain't Swerve's house. This is the Don Callis family house. So yeah, that's what Don Callis says, and Swerve was like, all right, how about this? Me and Konosuke next week, one-on-one. So yeah, that's what he says, and he says after he's done dealing with Konosuke Takeshita, he says that he's going to deal with Samoa Joe after that. So yeah, that's what happened there. So next week it'll be Swerve Strickland versus Konosuke Takeshita one-on-one. But yeah, up next will be the main event. It will be Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage one-on-one for the TNT Championship in a I Quit match up next in the main event for tonight's AEW Dynamite. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Till then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, we get to the next match of the night. It was the main event. It was the TNT Champion Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland one-on-one for the TNT Championship in the I Quit match. So yeah, this is the main event. Yeah, we get to this match, and this match, it was a really good match. Both of these guys was beating the hell out of each other a lot of times in this match, going back and forth and everything. Actually, before I talk about the rest of the match, it was a pretty cool moment when Adam Copeland came out, and the fans just kept on singing his song after it went off, like his song went off. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, both of these guys was beating the hell out of each other during this match. Brought in a bunch of weapons like chairs, ladders, tables, a lot of stuff in this match. They used a ladder that was laying across from the barricade to the announce table and stuff, slamming each other onto that. At one point, Christian Cage throws Adam Copeland face first into the ring post, which busted him open for the rest of the match. And then after that, he climbs up the top turnbuckle and jumps off with a crossbody onto Adam Copeland through a table that was like leaning up against the barricade and stuff, taking him out. And they kept on saying no every single time. They go up the ramp, brawling up there and stuff. They had like a goal for, for hockey and stuff. And they Christian got thrown into the goal and all that stuff. And then while Adam Copeland was beating the hell out of Christian, we actually see Nick Wayne's mom come up from behind using the hockey stick, hitting Adam Copeland in the nuts, hitting a low blow onto him. And then, Christian Cage starts taking advantage of this match and all that stuff. At one point, he actually lays a chair onto the mat, puts Adam Copeland's head onto it, and grabs a barbed wire chair, try to hit the concerto, but Adam Copeland moves out of the way, and then eventually both hit a spear on each other and all that stuff, just going at it, And then Copeland starts taking control, and he locks on a crossface with the hockey stick. And, he can't say, Christian can't say he quits or anything because he got the hockey stick in his mouth. And then Adam Copeland grabs a string, and then he wraps it around Christian's throat and pulls on it with the crossface locked on. And it looked like when Christian was about to quit, Nick Wayne comes up attacking Adam Copeland, and they kill switch as well, and both of them beating the hell out of each other, beating the hell out of him and all that stuff. But then we see Daniel Garcia and Matt Menard come running down, brawling with Kill Switch and Nick Wayne. They threw Nick Wayne over the top rope, and Nick Wayne's foot clocked the hell out of Kill Switch. And then they had a ladder set up in the ring. Adam Copeland climbs up the top of the ladder that's inside the ring and jumps off of it with a crossbody onto Kill Switch and Nick Wayne outside of the ring, which was crazy. They get all back into the ring. Daniel Garcia and Matt Menard handcuffed Kill Switch and Nick Wayne to the corners and all that stuff. And they scared Nick Wayne's mom off with the handcuffs as well. She goes running to the back. And then they handcuffed Christian Cage to the corner as well. And, Christian's still not quitting and all that stuff. And then Adam Copeland kicks him multiple times in the nose, hitting low blows over and over and over again. But Christian's still not quitting. Well, then Adam Copeland gets out the ring and he grabs Spike. And it's that 2x4 with a bunch of nails in it. Genesis, yeah. He grabs Spike, and then pretty much Christian went and quit, so he hits him right in the nuts with that. And then they go off the air from Dynamite, and then they go on the air for Rampage. So yeah, they was on the air for Rampage. Say best beginning of Rampage, I guess. And then Christian's still not quitting, and then Adam Copeland raises him, about to hit him upside the head with it. Up until Christian was like, okay, I quit. So yeah, Adam Copeland defeated Christian Cage in the I Quit match, and he is the new TNT champion. That's what happened. Great match and all that stuff. I'll give that match 4.5 stars. That's why I'll give it great stuff right there. I'll say that was match of the night right there. For tonight's AEW Dynamite, I'll give it 9 stars. That's why I'll give it was a good show. I really liked it. But yeah, that was AEW Dynamite. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris McDaniels, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box, and I'll see you guys later for this Friday Night SmackDown reviews. See you guys later. Till then.